Good evening. I hope everybody's okay. I'm just bringing up some information. Bear with me a second. If you're new to my channel, I just finished watching Arsenal game actually. Brilliant game that. Brilliant goal by Richarlison, I've got to say. Very, very good goal. Right, let's get into it, shall we? On Mike, the fisherman, I've got one person watching. Thank you. For those who are new to my channel, please like, subscribe. I'll always give my honest opinion on the club, on how we played, and look, agree, disagree, go from there really. For me, so we have a little notification bell. So every time I go live or prepare to go live, you will get that. I'm just going to adjust my camera. So yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and join me while I have a chat and leave comments in the chat for people to read. I'll read them out as best I can. I've had a few people actually request a look at my wife's painting. So before we start, I'm just going to lift that one up there. That's one of my wife's paintings. She does like it. She does like to do. And that's one of hers as well. Another one there with the penguin. And we'll just go over there. Excuse the washing, but there we are. A few over there as well. Anyway, I have told her for those people that have evening Nick McKenna. Okay, well, let's put it this way. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so again, bingo balls at the ready, as it was, for what team McKenna was going to pick. The back four was pretty much what I thought. I thought the two midfield were pretty much what I thought. But then that's when it all fell apart, really. Agelli and Philogene, I think, yeah, okay. But Agpom, absolutely dire. And Azon had no service. Nothing to really sort of munch on or chew on, as they say. I just, yeah. So, obviously, we set up and we have the Disney fan base of Wrexham. I heard that Ryan Reynolds was there and stuff. We got on the chat. Evening Shane, evening Dino, evening Rob, and evening Secret Carper. Appreciate you guys coming in. Appreciate you showing your support. So let's get into it. So we kick off, and I'm like, oh, fucking hell. And it was like, there was that commentator on Sky Sports said something about dodgy tummy. Well, a dodgy tummy had more going for it than this. And I can't argue with her. That was as dire first half as I've seen for a long time. And it's like, Agpom was never a number 10. Agelli played okay, but his final ball was like, it's like he couldn't finish his dinner, he couldn't pass water, couldn't run a bath, it's just not happening for him. Philogene did a few things okay. Furlong, he had an opportunity, right? Agelli done a lovely flick between the defenders' legs, and Furlong was like, had all the time in the world. And when he played the ball, he passed it straight to one of the defenders. And I will say, where was our forward players? Where were they? There was no one person in the box. And it's like, come on, we got to do better than that. And we had a little shot, we had another little shot, and then we had another shot. And it was like, it really was. It was like a two-star team playing against a one-star team, and both teams were poor in that first half. We were too slow. I'm getting fed up of this slow football. I'm fed up of passing it around the back. I'm fed up of this modern. this pass and move football, right? Shankly, Paisley done that with Liverpool in the 80s. It's not new. It's just old style, and they can do it better now because of the bowling greens that they're all playing on. And it's, we have to move the ball a lot quicker. We cannot go, we're not going to. Oh, I mean, people say, oh, yeah, well, we want to... Look, maybe this season is going to be a case of we win a lot of our away games and just struggle at home. Win all our away games, get us what we can at home. But I just feel that, our problem has been rotation. We keep rotating players all the time. I don't subscribe to this rotation. We're not in Europe. Why do we need to rotate? The only time you rotate is when you've got FA Cup, League Cup and all this lot. Could be worse, could be a Nodge fan. Well, pedestrian town, Dino says move quicker, Turtice moves quicker. And do you know what? A tortoise does. Honestly, I swear to God, at certain parts of that game, I was like, is that a couple of snails just run past our midfield? It was just not great. It really wasn't great. Watch that first half, and I didn't expect anything. Second half, I knew what was coming. I thought, well, at about 60, 65 minutes, we'll make 2 or 3 subs. Bang on, 65, I think it was, 66, bang on, same subs. We kept Akpu on, who I thought was absolutely dire. And then Nunes come on, and by that point, it was just, the game was gone. There wasn't a lot happening. And McAtee, oh my days, we paid £11 million for that. £11 million. Jesus Christ, Leicester fans must be rubbing their hands. Utter dire. I mean, it was toilet and toilet paper mix. It really was. It was just not very good to watch at all. And I won't have it. I will not have it now, right? This drives me up the wall, right? Oh, we've been on international break, so we can't play these players. Fuck off. It's bollocks. Excuse my French, but it is utterly bollocks. I grew up watching Town on a ploughed field where you had 11 players, 1 to 11. Remember them days when the numbers were 1 to 11? There were your first 11 players, and you had 1 sub on the bench. And them players would play, 70 games a year? 70 games a season? 68, 70 games a season? You never saw them dropped unless they got injuries. And they're playing on a ploughed field and kicking a ball that's twice the weight of the ones we got now. It's just, I think to myself, could you imagine someone like Franz Tyson, Muren, do you know what I mean? Even players like Kuomya, Thati, Vicky Stockwell playing on the kind of games that they're playing now. Russell Osman. Can you imagine them boys playing on the ground now? And remember, this is something else a lot of people don't realise. A lot of them players bloody smoked. I think Ozzy, our dealers, played for Tottenham. And before he got out on the pitch, he'd have a couple of fags before he'd go out, and then he'd go out, run his socks off, come back, half time, have another couple of fags, straight off, away you go. So I'm not having this, that a player can't play 3 games a week. I'm not having it at all. I'm not having players that can sit there and say do you know what? And had a pint too, probably. You're right. I'm not having it, right? I don't care whether you've travelled from Chile or whether you've travelled from bloody Timbuktu, right? You should be fit enough to play a game of football. You should be fit enough to play 90 minutes football. This rotation is absolutely killing. It's just killing our season. It really is. It's constant rotation of players. Our recruitment in the summer was shit. We've got a manager that's just one-dimensional. And I look, so we win a couple of away games. Everybody lose their head going, oh, it's really good. But our home games is what... Yeah, so Shane Griffith says, I had a job booked in for Saturday, put it back till today, but 50 minutes, wish I hadn't gone to work. Yeah, I don't blame. I'll tell you what, yeah. which, yeah, I know that feeling. I was at work, mate, so thankfully I had moments where I could just, switch off. How did we pay £12 million for McAtee? Whoever decided that should be sacked. Well, again, beggars belief. And people going, oh, McAtee's being a scapegoat. No, he's not. He's shit. Simple as. Akpom. He's not number 10. What is it with managers, right? Why can't managers say, do you know what, right? It's not working in the 10 for Akpom, so I'll tell you what we'll do, right? We've got Hurst who's just come back, say whatever, and why not give Akpom a go in the number 9 role and see how we go? And again, we're not getting the ball down the byline enough. So most of our possession is in our defensive half with our defenders. The rest of it is just slow, methodic, boring. That was what the game was yesterday as well. Do you know what? I am wearing the jersey today. I am wearing the old magical Vegas Marcus Evans crap. Because that's how I feel today. I just feel it was like watching Marcus Evans' team. And it was absolutely, that was how turgid this shirt was. And this reminded me of the actual, how crap our sponsorships were, Charlie says, why was Nunez dropped? He's been playing well the last couple of games. He suits a low block game. Well, I agree. I agree totally. And it just winds me up. I just get fed up of this rotational rubbish, and it's just driving me up the wall. I genuinely, you look at Coventry. I was looking at the Coventry's last 10 games. They've changed 6 players in 10 games. And that's why they're sitting top of the league, because they're playing their best players all the time. And 2 of them games, I think it was at West Brom and Wrexham. I know they lost to Wrexham, but they had a forced change, I think, at Wrexham. They had two players that were suffering a bit of injury. At the end of the day is, this modern rotation is not, you don't need to do it. Morsey played every game. So Morsey, 28, 29 at the time, played every game, but a young 21, 22-year-old can't. Shut up, behave. Do you know what? This sums it up, actually. Oh, okay, that's all right. This is great. Egeli was waving his arms like mad to try and get them to pass to him. Yeah, but do you know what? They used to wind me up about Wes Burns. He used to get in some great positions, and at times there was times when he didn't get the ball and should have got the ball. But there we are. Like I said, again, where's the vision from our creative side of things? I just feel that we need to be a little bit more quick. We've got to be quicker with the ball. I'm fed up at this slow, snail-paced football. Okay, Sashlak, since you are old, thanks for that. No, I am old. I get older. You're old. You must have seen many generations of player. Which was your favourite and why? One of my favourite players, Ipswich Town players, was. So I've got so many, but I've got to say I used to love Johnny Walk, and Kevin Beattie, and Paul Mariner. Oh God, you started something now. If you're not talking about Ipswich, used to love watch Keegan play. Used to love watching him play. Used to love to watch the Liverpool side. With like Souness in the back. Jesus Christ, they were ruthless and they were proper tacklers, proper hard men. Terry Butcher later on. Muir and Tyson. If I had to pick one, I think probably Kevin Beattie. I would say was probably Kevin Beattie or Johnny Walk, 2 outstanding players for Ipswich, and not great. Ipswich fans far too tolerant of poor signings. Yeah, I agree. I think we have become too tolerant of poor signings, and I would argue that McAtee was a signing we didn't really need. I know Burns is injured, but Very good fan, West Ham. Yeah, can't beat a bit of wet spam fans. I love the old wet spam boys. They're all right. Good set of fans. Hooligans. Do you know what? Actually, you're right there, Charlie. I reckon if Kiefer Moore hadn't been playing yesterday, we would have lost. I think Wrexham were just missing that bit of quality up front, weren't they? There was not of, again. Do you know what, Dino? I was talking to Dino offline before I come alive, and we have to agree. The fans forum was far too many. There weren't enough questions asked to McKenna, of this persistent of, the right questions like why do you need to rotate so much? Say to him, look, you got O'Shea that plays every game. You got Morsey that at the time plays every game. Davis plays every game. So why can't our forward line play every game? It's just bollocks. They do the less. They don't have the ball as much as the fucking defenders. As far as I'm concerned, Cardiff City 10, hello there, hi, how you doing? Like and subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm not looking for fame or fortune. I am looking just to have a chat with fellow football fans, as well as my favourite club, Ipswich Town. Go would be best centre-back I've seen. Oh, do you know what? I mean, if you look at someone like Ronaldo, who can bloody jump, Beattie for his size, man, that player could jump. Man, he could absolutely jump. What would he? The big question is, right? If you was to look at them players now, Mariner, what would Mariner be worth? What would Walk be worth? The amount of goals he scored from, what would Beattie be worth these days? It's a massive thing, isn't it? Charlie says, when McKenna has a big squad, he struggles to handle it. Just look. Do you know what I call McKenna? I call him a youth football coach, because everybody in that team has to play a game, has to have minutes. And it's boring. I'm finding it really fed up, and I'm just fed up with it. It's, I just don't subscribe to it. I really don't. Kenna's a nice enough bloke, and he's a good coach, but I think he's more of a coach than he is a manager. I think he's just, the team that got us up promoted to the Premier League was something special, and that's what you need from your manager and team. You need something special. The bond between McKenna and the coaching staff and the team that got promoted was just phenomenal. You could see it. Everybody was just on the same wavelength. It was a pleasure to watch. And even though I'd have a moan now and again, or I'd be peed off if we didn't beat a team that we should have done. But that's just Ipswich Town fans. We're allowed to have a moan. We're allowed to say what we like. The positives for yesterday was we kept a clean sheet. And that was about it, really. Because there was no other positives. It really was. It was one shit team playing against another shit team. Because I could tell you something now. Right, Wrexham came to get a draw, and Parkinson did an interview. Actually, funny enough, Dino's just mentioned it. Even Phil Parkinson knew we would do our subs at the time, and he said that on Wrexham TV. We are too predictable in everything. I couldn't agree more. I think we are far too predictable at times. There is very much a lack of plan B. I don't think we've ever changed our formation under McKenna. When it's not working, sometimes you think, right, good managers, you think half time, you think, okay, right, this isn't working. They're too maybe we need to go to a 4-3-3, or maybe need to just go back to a 4-4-2. Look at Sean Dyche. Got Nottingham Forest playing well now, playing attractive football, but also doing simple things right. Get down the byline, attack. Attack from the midfield, attack from defence. Get that ball played up long, quick and fast. McKenna is the fourth highest paid manager in the country. He should be held to a high standard. We need to stop this. You can't criticise. You can stop this. You can't criticise McKenna nonsense. I agree. For me, McKenna, right? He's like I said. He's a tinker man, and it just really pisses me off. And you know, season defining moments. You know, playing against teams like Wrexham, yeah, they're gonna. Oh, this modern terminology. Oh my God, this is another thing, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Just inverted tens, inverted wing backs, in hybrid whatevers, and then you've got this pot. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, low block. Well, it's called defending. Yeah, if a team sets up to defend, that's what they're there to do. And I said this last show and the show before that. There's three ways to beat a team: through them, round them, and over them. We can never beat a defensive team like Wrexham playing through them. So we've got to go over them and we've got to go around them. So we have to change and play the way that we play. But McKenna doesn't. And that's why we struggle against these lower teams that sit there and create this new terminology, low block, or as we used to say, defensive setup. And get away from this every player must play attitude. We're not youth football, McKenna. We are a team that's looking to get back to the Premier League, get promotion, and you know, and just try and stay there this time. Look. How did you feel when the Barcelona chanted Messi, Messi in the 10th minute? Okay, let's not forget Maidstone, Wimbledon and Brockley Cup exits. They all set up the same, guess what, the same result every time. We're too old school, Mike. I mean, you. Do you know what? No, I don't. Do you know? I don't agree, Shane. We're not old school. We just see it for what it is. You know, this modern football isn't modern. Pep Guardiola didn't bring this pass and move crap to this country. You know, Paisley did it for Liverpool, and then Doug Leach brought it all in. This pass and move stuff is not. It's not a new development. It's just the rules have changed now, so that the goalkeepers can't pick the ball up, and you've got to. You know when the ball's dead and you're on a goal kick, you can't bring players. Sometimes it's like watching youth football, you know, and you know no one can get across the halfway line until the ball's kicked. I mean, what is all this bollocks? I mean, it's, you know, the same fans. Some of these same fans will be sitting there going, "England are going to win the World Cup," because we happen to have an unbeaten record against some of the lowest ranked teams in Europe. And we beat them. Yeah. There we are. That is. So I'm going to give you another couple of minutes because I'm not happy tonight. As you can see, I just feel that it was a massive opportunity wasted. I'm not sure that I'm still on the fence with McKenna. He's got till Christmas. If we're not in the top 6 come Christmas, I've said this before, he needs to go. You know, you can't be sitting outside the playoffs near Christmas, you know, and people going, oh, well, we can buy a striker in the January window. Where are we getting one from? We're not going to go to Coventry and nick Ella Sims, are we? And any player that's going to want to come to us are going to be either on loan or they're going to be hiked up prices. No, the names for plays have changed, i.e. low block. It's defending. And that is the thing. You know, it's Sky Sports FIFA terminology bollocks. It's the wokeness of football, as I call it. So we've got Hull Tuesday night, and I may well be happy, cheerful, whatever, whatever, whatever. But the reality is that are we going to beat Hull? We probably will. But there we are. Lottery balls to see who gets picked for that game. You know, it just annoys me because we got a bloody good number 10 sitting there at Portsmouth, knows this league, and we loan chappers out. I just bring him back, let him play number 10 role. I mean, my God, at least he knows how to play it. Maybe he could teach Akpom how to do it. But and hopefully, God, please, Burns be fit soon. You know, and it's we. What was that bloody player that I can't think of his name. We bought him from Luton, or Benny. We let him out on loan. Are you telling me he's worse than freaking McAtee? Not a chance. How many points do you think we'll get in the next 3 games? God, so let's have a quick butchers on my phone. The next 3 games, I think. So obviously we've got. So we've got Hull away. I think. Look, I'll take a point there because they're not exactly an easy team to beat. Oxford 3, Blackburn. Blackburn. I mean, look, Joe, if we can get 7 points from that, I'd be happy. Do I see us getting 7 points from that? I think 5 is probably a more realistic thing, and then we've got the leaders, Coventry, come up Portman Road, and that will be a test to see how well we have been, because Coventry are flying. You know, and it takes us into, I mean, look, if we got 3, 6, 9, 12 points out of the next 4 games, that'd be a hell of a result. And then yesterday's shit show can be forgiven, but right now, it's, you know. And McKenna's post-match conference is just like wash, rinse, repeat. Just play the same one. Every time we draw or lose a game, just play the same one again. Just change the background, Photoshop it, edit it, you know. AI it, because it is wash, rinse, repeat. Same old boring shite, you know. And I just feel that, yeah. I mean, we lose to Hull Tuesday night. It's going to be another. That's going to be another thing, you know. Fucking hell, Dean, you're asking a question here. What do you think the lineup will be? We don't keep a settled back 4. We don't keep a settled midfield. We don't keep a settled front 4. That's pin the tail on the donkey. But at the end of the day, is what it is. We will do what we can do, and hoping we get a win against Hull. On the positive side, though, Norwich. You know what, they 5? Hey, I was looking at the table earlier. I was like, hang on, let's quick look on my other fun table. Norwich. They are 5 points from safety. All them shit they gave us for years because they were technically they were the better side in East Anglia for a few years, but they've always been a shadow. Off the ball city. They can't. They're not even on the ball, off the ball or on the ball. It's like, yeah. Yeah, look, Ashton, you want to really make... I'll tell you what, Ashton, you want to make our season, go and get Josh Sargent. You know, let's bring him to Ipswich as well. And that would really upset the Badgers. Do you know what? Actually, funny enough, Trevor, something I was going to mention, I forgot. You've just reminded me. This is a very average championship. It is no way the strength it was when Leeds were in it and when we went up. It really isn't. It really isn't. The teams that are in there this year, realistically, with the money that we've spent and that we've spent. We should be literally where Coventry are right now. We should be tearing this league apart, but we're not. I mean, like I said, it's, when you look at Stoke up there, Millwall up there, bloody Coventry up there, Borough struggling a little bit, haven't they? So, of late, so they're having a bit of a dodge. Mind you saying that, they lost their manager, Rob Edwards, who's gone to Wolves, who looks like he's going to get relegated with Wolves. So, a very strange decision. So, I guess the end of the day it is a case of, we should be doing better. I don't fall for this this gel no more. We've had enough time now. We're a third of the way through the season. We're sitting in 8th position. People saying, "Oh, if we'd have won that, we'd have gone third." Well, ifs, buts, and maybes. The reality is, it's where you finish, and where right now we are sat there at 8th, regardless. We have a game in hand. Yes, I get that. We win that game in hand. Say. So Ipswich 15. It takes us to 27 with a goal difference. We'd go third. But we've got to win that game in hand. I want board points on the board. I don't want bloody, ifs, buts and maybes. But look, it was a horror show yesterday for me. I didn't enjoy that game at all. And Wrexham walked away with a point, and we walked away. I hope them lads all went home and wiped their arse, because they were pouring shit out of their arse because it was that bad. So, and if anybody says that was a good performance, need the Reds, well, I know I wear glasses, but fucking hell, even I can see shit when I look at it, Anyway, that's what my wife says when she talks to me. Right, that's me done. Thanks, guys. All of you that watches, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, hit that notifications button, because you will know when I'm coming live. And the more I get, the more interaction I get, the more people that want to join my channel, watch my channel, the more videos I will do, because obviously people want to see me, or they want to hear what I've got to say, whether they agree with me or not. I don't care. It's all about opinions, and I love my club, whatever happens. And but until next time, I'm the Fisherman. This is Fisherman's Blues. Let's be whole, shall we? I'm going 2-1 Ipswich. Dodgy.